movement became one of, it gradually evolved into terrorism. And the Russians from both sides. And so we are now at a situation where we don't really know where, and I wanted to expose and show through the novel that the desire of freedom for these peoples was a legitimate desire, and that they should eventually get it.
What I found interesting, and it's something for me to learn as a student of terrorism, is that the brand of Islam in Chechnya was based on Sufism.
Sufism, right.
And could you tell us a little bit more about the roots of that and how it differs from the brand, if I call it the brand of Islam, that comes out of Pakistan and Afghanistan?
Yeah, it was.
So the brand of Islam that people now associate with Chechnya is sort of Wahhabism, isn't it? It's quite extreme, yes? Almost.
It was not like this in the beginning.
It was Naqshbandi, I think, wasn't it? Sufism.
It was mainly the Sufism, and then as the fight, as they were being crushed by the Russians, and they sought help and got help from the Wahhabis from Saudi Arabia. Qatar was one of the Saudis that came, and he had fought in Afghanistan, and then he went to Chechnya to help the Chechen, and they started then receiving help in terms of weapons and in terms of training from the Wahhabis. And then there was actually separation in Chechnya itself. Some of the fighters, they said, no, we want independence. We want independence. We want, of course, we want to retain our religious, our Muslim religion that the Soviets tried to completely to supplant, to eliminate. But we are not part of this greater jihad. And then there was Maskadov, General Maskadov, who was mainly of that position, but then Basayev took a more jihadist direction. And then actually Chechen fighters then later on went to Afghanistan. As they were pushed out of Chechnya, they went to Afghanistan and they took part. There was actually a Chechen division fighting in Afghanistan.
And they probably exist today.
They still exist today, yes.
Your character in the book partook of the fighting in the first Chechen War, and then he goes back to the United States for a period of time and returns for various reasons back into Chechnya, but this time more as a pacifist. Tell us why you gave him that change of heart.
Because he realized in the first war, he fell in love with a Chechen woman, and this Chechen woman was killed by the Russians, and then that created in him all this anger. And that created this anger in him, and then he fought with Shamil's forces until they had reached an agreement. He was wounded, and then he was going to try to reach peace. That was his goal. And then when he returns, he sees that the fight had changed, that the whole structure of the fight had changed. The same fighters that he met there, they had been changed by the conflict, and they were part of something that he was not ready to be part of. So he's lured into Afghanistan, and then he sees that this bigger fight in Afghanistan, this jihadist fight, and he's asked that they almost take him as a prisoner to produce. The whole novel goes about these super explosives that have been accidentally developed, and they want him to produce these explosives, and they tell him why he has to produce these explosives, because they want to use them against the West, and then he refuses to take part in it.
Do you think there are any parallels that you could shed light on, given what's happening today in the region, and how the war in Chechnya started? It started as yes, it was a war of independence because they wanted to kick out the Russian invaders. We don't have a situation in this part of the world where countries are illegally occupied, but we do have a youthful uprising. What concerns me is that the youthful uprising may transition into something, let's say, less hopeful and more violent. Do you think there are parallels that we can learn from what happened in Chechnya and with the Russian intervention?
I think there are, because I think that the youthful